this, she was the first person that I asked if I could treat her property, and the results were amazing. I was very, very, very impressed. Welcome to The Art of Gardening. I'm your host, Melissa Lala Johnson, and today we are digging into the details of black mulch dye. So I was recently introduced to black mulch dye. I myself do not have black mulch. I have dark brown pine bark nuggets, but my neighbor up the street does indeed have black mulch, and she has always battled with just losing the color of the mulch and different things like that. So when I had the opportunity to be able to test this, she was the first person that I asked if I could treat her property, and the results were amazing. I was very, very, very impressed with how well the mulch glue held up and sprayed and the whole application, everything. So let's get right into it. As you know, if you are a person that has mulch on your property, you then understand the replacement cost of mulch, when sometimes it's just the color fades. Actually, most times in that first year, second year after your application of a brand new bed of mulch, the color is just simply faded. It's not gone. So this is a way to reinvigorate your mulch and bring it right back to the way it looked the day that you installed it. So a couple of different things with the way that PetraTools does things. This is what I kind of love about them. I've been working with them for a while now. And what I love about their products is that they make products that are typically for professionals. They give them the power of being in the hands of a homeowner. And so that being said, they're solving problems one after the other for a variety of different things. And this, of course, is one of them. So they use a state-of-the-art binder technology to be able to make sure that the dye does indeed attach and permanently lock in to the mulch, which it does if you're able to look on their page, on PetraMax's page, where we have all of the different solutions and applications. I've done a couple different tests where I've sprayed the mulch and then done water tests and things like that on the mulch to see before I'm recommending something, making sure that it works exactly as I would want it to work on my property before I recommend it. And it's phenomenal. So the black mulch dye, once it was completely dried, I mean, I soaked it in water, I doused it with water, sprayed it hard with water, and I did not have any color loss. So it is very vivid and very long lasting. And then of course, a fraction of the replacement cost. So a couple different things when you're going to apply the black mulch dye to your property. You're going to want to make sure that you wet any sidewalks down first, and any rocks or any edging, anything that could potentially stain. Wet it first, because then if you do spray it accidentally, it's easier to get the color off if it's wet. If you're spraying something and it's like a stone or a concrete, it is porous, so it will pull that color into the top layer, and it does make it more difficult because this is a permanent solution. So you definitely want to make sure that you are taking care of your areas first. And then sometimes if I'm going along different areas that I definitely do not want sprayed, I'll put a piece of cardboard in front of where I'm spraying so that I don't have any issues when I'm actually doing the physical spraying. So a couple different things. Let's talk about how we mix this up. So it's mixed with 3 to 6 ounces per gallon. I'm always one to go more on the heavier side of things because I want like a really deep, rich color. So in this video that you see where I'm actually mixing it, this is done at 6 ounces per gallon. And then it's recommended to use a fan, flat style, or medium mist nozzle. So for the actual application, and that's more just so that you have more control over where you're actually applying the permanent dye. So apply 1 to 2 coats. I'm a 2-coat kind of girl. I like to make sure it's really thorough. With the mulch, you'll want to make sure that you're getting around the different areas and different layers of the mulch where it's laying, so that you have complete and total coverage all around the mulch. And then of course, rinse your sprayer out when you're done. And I want to talk about a couple of things with the sprayer. So I'm a huge PetraTools sprayer fan. I have many of them. And the thing I love about the PetraTools sprayers, and I've tried a bunch of different sprayers before I found them, And I love that the battery life of their sprayers is a continuous 6 to 8 hours on one charge. Of all these sprayers that I've used, I've only had to charge my sprayers a few times in the last few years, which is insane. The battery life is incredible. And then just the way it's made. It's very, very well made. I could tell from the minute that I opened these different sprayers, just the rigidity of the materials that they use and the quality, the thought that went into every single thing of them creating these sprayers for us. My favorite sprayer is the HD 4000. I have an HD 4000 backpack and I have an HD 4000 cart. I love the backpack sprayer. I love the flexibility and the maneuverability of the backpack sprayer, but sometimes carrying 4 gallons on my back is a lot for me. So when they introduced the cart, I was sure to make sure I got that, because then I can very easily kind of tool all around my property and pull it right behind me, and it's no big thing. So either of those are my absolute favorite. I love them, but they also have larger sprayers and smaller sprayers. So it really is the perfect fit. So I do encourage you to check that out. If a sprayer is not in your box of tools, then you're definitely going to want to check that out, because it makes these kind of applications just so much easier. So a couple of different things. I have had a lot of comments come over on the different reels that I've posted for specifically grass paint, and people saying things like it's not natural or it's toxic, this and that. So it is not any of those things. And I have worked really hard and been very picky about the products that I use on my property, because I have really done my best to take a natural approach with limiting the use of really harsh pesticides, chemicals, all of it. So in doing that, when I was getting these questions and some of the responses, I went to the SDS sheet that is on PetraTools.com. So any of their products, any of the applications or liquids, you can go onto the SDS sheet that is on the page for the product, and you can see the review, the different guidelines that we have to follow to be able to post these things, or for me to be able to even say what I'm saying to you. So I typed up a little something so that I had all of my ducks in a row. And I want to just go over this for those of you who may be concerned about spraying a dye, which is essentially the same thing your black dye was sprayed with before it came to you. But regardless, it's a natural blend of pigments, surfactants, and emulsifiers. However, it is proprietary. You can go to the SDS sheet on the page, and you can see that there are various compliances to OSHA 29 CFR 1910.1200, which lists no ingredients as hazardous. This product does not contain any exposure limits that require disclosure according to OSHA Hazard Communication Standard 2012. No ingredient contained in our blend that are listed in SARA Section 355, 313, Prop 65 chemicals known to cause cancer, reproductive toxicity, or developmental toxicity. No ingredients from the carcinogenic EPA list. 0 rating for health, fire, or reactivity properties. Does not present an explosion hazard and is not self-igniting. This product will not irritate the skin, has no adverse effects if inhaled, low ingestion hazard, and is not considered to be a carcinogenic by IARC, ACGIH, NTP, or OSHA hazard classification. Our product list is classified according to the Globally Harmonized System, GHS, and that mandates the accuracy of the statements that I make to you right now and to what is listed on the bottles. So if you are interested in trying, or you have tried, any of the mulch dyes, please leave your comments for us, leave any questions for us, and we will be sure to get those answered. If you are interested in seeing how this works or seeing the application, definitely check out PetraMax page on Instagram, Facebook, they're everywhere, TikTok. There's lots of different tests that we've been doing. And if you'd like to see a specific test, leave it in the comments, because I'm always looking for new ways to test these products and prove their use. So thank you for joining me today, and we look forward to seeing you again next time.